Hi, I'm Lindsey Horan, and you're watching The American Athlete. It's about the team, and I think that was what was cool about this World Cup, because everyone had the same motive and the same mentality, and best experience of my life. My parents really wanted to get my brother and I involved in sports, so I was playing softball, I hated it. Track, soccer, basketball, it was awesome because we kind of found what we truly love. My brother liked football and soccer, and I fell in love with soccer. And it's so funny too, I would only play soccer if my mom was my coach. So she was the reason I'm here today. We were best friends, and I love him to death, but obviously growing up with a brother, you guys bicker, fight so much. And I mean, it was so problematic for our parents. They were nonstop, separating us. But I think that's truly what made me who I am today, how strong I am. We'd play sports all the time. My dad would go out and, be throwing the football with my brother, but always bring me, and he hated it. But what he did for me, how strong mentally he made me, all of our fighting and all of the sports we would play, it truly helped me become, the competitor I am today, and how strong I am. And mentally I had to deal with a lot with him. So yeah, he's amazing.
Lindsey's dedication to soccer manifested early when she chose to play professionally overseas at 18. After cutting her teeth in France, she came back to the States, hungry to play in the NWSL and, of course, for Team USA.
Before I left for the World Cup, it was funny, I got advice from one of my teammates who had been in World Cups before. She told me that no matter what happens, no matter if you're playing, if you're not, if things go wrong, all these things, make sure you try and take as much away from this experience and enjoy this experience, because this is what we've all dreamed of, since we were little girls, is playing in a World Cup. This is the biggest stage for us. And I can't even describe the feeling of the final and when the final whistle was blown. What was so cool, my mom retired right before the World Cup, and my dad was like, well, if you're gonna be there the whole time, I'm gonna be there. So one of the best moments was when I scored my first goal against Thailand. One of my friends, Jordan Angeli, that was working for US Soccer at the time, got a video of them when the goal went in and their reaction. And I've never cried so much. If I see the video now, I'll start crying, but they were so cute. I think my mom was just clapping. She didn't know what to do. She was looking around, high-fiving people. And my dad looked at the camera and he was just like, scored! Our little girl scored! Woo! When you hear that, you just want to bawl your eyes out. That was a really cool moment. And, especially being in France, where everything began. Not a lot of parents would let their little girl pass a full ride scholarship to such a prestigious school and go play professional and risk so much and sacrifice so much. And I'm so thankful that my parents let me make a decision for myself. So me being back in France with them, it was full circle. When I won the MVP last year, it was the weirdest feeling. I hated it. It got announced the day before the final, and then we lose. And I'm like, well, then I don't care about this. This doesn't make sense. But ultimately, I go back and look on it and I'm just like, okay, I have to be proud of myself. I worked very hard. I had a good year, take it in. But then again, it's okay, we didn't win, so I needed to give more to my team, and what more could I have done, and all these things. So it's so proud of this, but obviously there's more to be done. And I think you should never be content as a player. Unless you're Lionel Messi, then you need to keep working hard and keep getting better. So that's kind of my mentality. Until I'm him, and I can stop.
World Cup champion, NWSL champion, NWSL MVP. Yeah, this kind of success doesn't happen by accident. And Lindsey would be the last person to list off all her accomplishments. She would prefer using them as motivation to make herself and the Portland Thorns better every single day.
I think you look at it and you see the Thorns and you see close to 19, 20, 21,000 coming each game, and that's the standard that I hold now for the NWSL. And in these past few years that I've been a part of it, there's teams that we go there and they might not even have 2,000 fans there. And when we were playing in the World Cup, obviously it's we have a job to do, but we are going to gain so much recognition right now. And because there's so many players at the World Cup that were playing in the NWSL, please be like a source for people to see and know that, oh, these players are coming back and you can see them every single week playing in their club games. So since we've been back, you see sellouts in a lot of these stadiums. I think Sky Blue, which have struggled in the past few years, is now selling out. That's the coolest thing for me to see, is like now we're getting so much recognition. We have deals with ESPN. We're fighting for us and for our league and for just women in general. And I think a lot of people are joining in, and we're at a good starting point. I mean, it should have happened a while ago, but the World Cup helped, and now we're going from there.